right. Good afternoon, everybody. My mouse died, so I'm going to be touching everything. My name is Crystal Holloman, a digital reporter here at News 10. I am joined by Tim Staudt from News 10 Sports. It's been a minute, but you're here.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
It's a good day. Earlier today, we were watching the Tigers, who
Sure you don't have that backwards in Oakland 1-9 to nothing.
I do not, but they blanked them, and should we even celebrate this? Considering how bad Oakland is, and considering
Well, I mean, to me, that's a series you have. If you're intent on having a good season, you have to win all those games against a team that bad. But they didn't. They won 1 out of 3. Now the question is, before the All-Star break, can they need 3 against Toronto? But Toronto's a better team. Toronto's got a winning record. Toronto's 46-40. Toronto's going to have fans in Detroit.
Yep.
So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Comerica. The Tigers are 38-48, and they're still 6 games out. Not that that's a big deal at the moment. No, I mean, forget this one and move on. Their all-star player, Michael Lorenzen, pitched 5 shutout innings, but does that count if you do it against Oakland? I say no.
No. Sorry, that's just it. Just
They're
isn't.
how they ever scored 12 runs last night. They won't score 12 runs in a game, my opinion, the rest of the year. And
That
these
was-
two, Oakland gets Detroit for 3 games.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
They get 3 games in late September in Oakland. Who knows what either one of them will, because the A's could be playing for the worst record in the history of Major League Baseball. They
Really?
could. What's 40 and 120 by the 62 Mets? They've got 25 wins now. So the question is, can they win 16 more and get to 41? That looks like a tall order.
It does. Which
But
is
we'll see.
wild. So this is usually about the time, the All-Star break, where you kind of evaluate the season so far, right?
Well, the Tigers have like a lot of, they got big decisions to make because the trade deadline, I want to say, is August 1st. So they got 3 weeks. They got to decide, do we add a piece or two, or do we start dumping players we know we can't re-sign next year and get something for? My guess is they won't do anything drastic, but I think they'll probably unload. I mean, they got to decide what to do with Eduardo Rodriguez, and he didn't help himself last night because he got, he's coming. I'd get rid of him, not because he's not a good player, it's because he's hurt all the time. You can't depend on him, and he's a free agent at the end of the year. So if he does anything between now and the end of the year, why is he going to re-sign with Detroit? They don't have enough money, and they're a losing team. I mean, is that where you want to go? And I think that's part of their problem is their, persona, their reputation is they don't win. So the good free agents want to go there.
You got to change the culture, just like many other coaches in Detroit have tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough go. So
It has.
So that's what's next after the All-Star break. Yeah.
The other thing that's kind of going on in the sports world, I know whenever I bring up hockey, you say that you're not as well versed in it, but the Red Wings
Well,
are
it's July.
Well, I know, but that's an important time.
It's July. Now, to me, an important time is March and April,
It is.
and then May. You're either in the playoffs and winning, or you're not. You've spent all that year. You're going to tell me about Philip Zadina, but he's not big story because he never matriculated at all. They've cut him free. He's free to sign with someone else, which will probably happen, but it's not going to be for near the money that he was making with the Red Wings. And he'll be a minor league player until he can show that he's worthy of playing. And that's all right. Come on through, Mike.
Come on.
It'll improve the shot. It'll look better.
Did you see the brakes he put on that?
It'll detract people from what the audio is.
Hey, audio sounds okay, right?
On this one.
Oh. Well, by getting rid of Zadina, which the Red Wings are clearly trying very hard to do right now.
No, they did.
Well,
he's gone.
I think the last news I had
Long
was
gone.
Everybody's trying to figure out where Alex DeBrincat is going. The Red Wings are apparently one of the teams being looked at.
Well, that's a guy that Detroit would like to have, and
It'd
he
be
wants to
great
play in
for Detroit.
but the cost would be high. Mickey Redmond told me last month that that's the guy the Red Wings should try to get because they need offense, and that guy's an offensive player. I don't know
Very
anything
good
about
offensive player.
If he says that, I'm the messenger.
You're a great messenger.
I'm not as well doctrinated. I mean, all the highlight clips show all these guys
He's
scoring
great.
goals. So
Yeah, you never see the non-highlight plays that the players do in every sport. So, other news that I know a lot of Red Wings Red Wings fans really enjoyed hearing is Chris Draper, the best dollar Detroit ever spent, being promoted to assistant general manager and director of amateur scouting.
why is he the best dollar they ever spent? I've never heard that before.
You ever heard that story?
No, I've never heard why he would be considered. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I've never heard that before.
I mean, other players that you got
He
for
played a long time for him.
played a long time, and Detroit got him for $1.
To me, what makes him important is as the assistant general manager and more significantly the director of amateur scouting.
That's a big one.
Will he provide players from the ground up as pros who will make the Red Wings as good as they were when he was in his prime with them?
Well, hockey was very different during his prime. You're talking 97 Colorado rivalry. It was a very different game, I feel
Well,
like.
but he has to provide, he has to evaluate players that they might draft. And I think it's hard to do.
It is. It's very hard to do because there's a lot to look
I think
at.
it's hard to do. But that's his job now. So we'll see how well that money is invested. What if they don't make the playoffs under his reign? They'll blame him, not Yzerman.
Well, another thing with hockey, and this is true in other sports, but with scouting, you look worldwide.
He's going to be
For
traveling.
players. And
I
the
think
Red
he'll be
Wings are
traveling.
very heavy in Sweden and everything like that. So that's another thing
Well,
that
it's
you
like
have to
these
get.
8 guys they just drafted. I don't know how good they are. They tell, of course, every team tells you they had a great draft. I mean, we'll find out. Did they or did they not? Are they going to help them win or are they not going to help them win? They're like every other team, especially in the draft anywhere. I mean, when I hear all these guys say they had a good draft, okay. Let's, put the uni on. Let's see. Why don't you come over here and talk? It'll be a vast
Over here.
improvement.
Over here.
She's insistent upon lengthening the hockey season to 13 months a year because she's sick of the Tigers.
I am
She
not. So
knows-
they did great today.
You know the Lions are overrated.
They are not.
The Pistons are going out of business.
That is true. But one thing is, his son, Chris Draper's son, Keenan, was also drafted by the Red Wings too. We're at that point where now
I hope
their
he's got-
kids are getting
I
drafted.
hope he's got his father's genes, not his mother's genes. And
He
we'll
does. Look
see
at him.
what
He looks just like him.
Yeah, he does.
Exactly like him. All right. Anything else coming up in sports? I was going to have Joey over here, and I was just going to say the word tennis and let Joey go on for about 5 minutes.
I mean, when Fred's in here, the Tigers are on. When Joey's in here, the tennis is on.
When you're in
I'm
here?
in here by myself, I want peace and quiet so I can concentrate on what I'm doing. So,
And then I come in and I was like, hey, come to the digital desk.
So, I mean, look, we had Wimbledon on in the radio wall today, and I was telling Brock, who's a big tennis fan, I said, say what you want. These guys are very good athletes. You know the best part about them? You get paid in that sport if you win. It's not like these team sports where you get $35 million a year and hit 190, and you don't care if you win or lose. In
And
all
when-
honesty, in
yeah.
golf and tennis, you get paid if you win, or you get paid by how well you do.
There's a purse.
In
Yeah.
the team sports, you don't have to care. If you got a long-term deal, they got to pay you, whether you do anything or not. I mean, after a while, it makes me crazy. Because when I see players,
That's what makes you crazy.
when I see the number, I don't see the number on their jersey. I see the number on their contract.
Okay.
Okay, and then I decide $250 million max contract. I said, what is this? The budget for the Ukraine army? I mean, oh no, one basketball player. Oh, and his team came in 8th last year, and he's mad because he doesn't like where he's going. So in golf, how they perform, which to me is it. And in tennis, boy, you got to be an athlete. And in
You
golf, even last week in a Rocket Mortgage Classic, I was there Sunday. And the gripe on that is that, well, there are no big names there. There are a few, but
There are a
not best players in the world. Just because you haven't heard their name yet doesn't mean they can't play. And they only get paid by how well they do after they make the cut. By
So
the
there's
way,
more incentive.
well, I mean, if you're gonna make a living at it, you're gonna have to be amongst the best in the world. How many people have their job and they must be amongst the best in the world at what they do to survive? There are not many professions where you have to be amongst the best 150 in the world. I mean, last week,
The ratings in radio and television.
Brian Brem today, he shot even par 71 at the John Deere, and Brian Stewart at Jackson. He's a good player. He's missed 9 straight cuts on the PGA Tour. So everybody's got to keep playing. So he shot 3 under 68 today, and when I saw it, he was tied for 13th. He'll probably go down a bit. So.
At what point do you give up?
Well, he's been around a long time, and I'm telling you, but the problem is not giving up. The problem is, can he keep his tour card? And he's going to clearly have to play better, as will Brem, as will many others. Or, you got to go back, and the new batch comes up. So.
Well, what is coming up on the Sports Desk? What are you enjoying working
Max
on?
Christie of Michigan State scored 25 in a summer league last night. We'll look at him do it. He's with the Lakers.
Okay.
And then, what else? Joey's cutting a feature on the Lugnuts. It's Thirsty Thursday tonight. It's the best part of the week for them.
It's a very big game tonight. A bunch of us are going because Studio 10's Rochelle LeGrand is singing the national anthem tonight.
I heard that.
Yeah, so a bunch of us are going to go.
So wait to drink too much on Thirsty Thursday until after
Yes.
she sings the anthem, so you can show your respect.
We're going to try and get her to sing Take Me Out to the Ball
Don't drink 6
Game.
beers before the anthem.
I can't afford 6 beers.
On Thirsty Thursday you can.
I can. Well,
Can't any other night? No. I can't, you can't, nobody can. Okay? But on Thirsty Thursday, there's an exception.
they had a great game on Tuesday.
Why don't they ask me to sing the anthem? You ought to hear me in the
I'll
shower.
talk to him tonight. I'll talk to him today. I'll be like,
You ought to
Jesse,
hear me one day I threw out the first pitch, and it didn't look very good. That was a long time
I'm going to
ago.
find it for our next show.
And I threw out the first pitch. My dad got on my case because he was there, and he said, "Why didn't you stand out in the middle of the mound and throw a fastball and make it a strike?"
all
I said,
you
"Well,
do
I'm
is
a
throw
little bit
strikes."
older than what I was, but I would think I should record the anthem of me in the shower because it's pretty good, and it's very patriotic. I sang it Tuesday on July 4th in the shower. I sang the national anthem. I got tears in my eyes. It was either that or the soap wasn't on yet. But I hope she does well. I'm sure she will.
She will. We're trying to get her to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game during the 7th inning stretch. She says she doesn't know the words.
Why doesn't she sing it in here before everybody comes in for their work shift, just to get everybody in a feel-good, patriotic mood?
We can try that too. But if you are going,
She needs an accompanist or somebody to make it a duet. Let me know.
you're just going to harmonize
I'll
with
go
her.
out and bail her out one way or the other for the national anthem. They've had some good anthem singers there.
They have
Kids'
actually.
choirs are very good.
There was a, I believe, 12-year-old at the celebrity softball game. She blew us away.
Yeah.
She was very, very good.
Well, now she's up against a Channel 10 singer. You tell every other TV station in town, you guys may think you're better than us, but I'm guaranteeing you don't have any singers that match the singers we got, especially one of them.
Yeah. This guy. All right.
There you go.
That's what we have coming up. Again, if you're at the Lugnuts game, they're doing very well with attendance. Tuesday, we have it on our website, WILX.com. They
Well, last night it was down.
It was.
Expected.
It was.
Tonight, with all you cheap drunks out there, you guys,
Where's HR?
you guys,
Where's HR?
you guys will all be out there. Where are you sitting, by the way?
We are going to be in the suite.
Really? So you're
Well, we're going to go down near
so you're a big shot.
We're going to go down near where Rochelle's going to be singing so that we can cheer on and show our support for her. And then we're going to be up in the suite. So,
I'll tell you, see, it's all in who you know. It's all in who you know.
what? Anyway, if you're there, make
How many
sure.
of our people are going?
18.
How many?
18.
Where are you guys going to park?
The parking lot.
Well, I mean, that's always a challenge.
Or I think some of us are going to
Tell
carpool.
you what, they better have extra beer on hand there tonight. I didn't know 18 of you were going. It's Thirsty Thursday.
Don't
it's a big
know what's
deal.
happening.
It's an American tradition there.
I don't know what Tim is saying about us, you guys.
I'll bet some of you, here's what some of you guys will do. You'll go, have a little bit of a warmer upper, watch the anthem, have a nightcap, and get out of there before the second inning.
I got to work in the morning.
Why do I see that happen?
I
That's why
gotta
you
be
leave
here.
it. You guys won't see one pitch. But there are a lot of people who go to the Lugnuts games who don't really see one pitch. They're either with their girlfriend, boyfriend, they're with the kids, they're with somebody else. They have no interest in the game. But by the way, is there a beer line over there yet? Oh, one way or the other. Or there's fireworks. And tomorrow night and Saturday night they got fireworks.
Yep.
So they'll
And
have
also tomorrow night is the Michigan Baseball Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Danny Litweiler and Fred Decker.
That's going to be a good one. So
It's a big weekend.
that is happening on Friday, so make sure you come out for that.
What suite number are you in so I can tell the fans if you want to see the lushes from our station, they're all up in suite whatever. You know, blow them some kisses up there.
I
And
will.
see if they cheer after the national anthem's done.
We're not going to cheer during. We're going to cheer before when she's introduced, and then we're going to cheer when she's
She'll
done.
be on the video board.
Yes, she
I'm
will.
going to take a picture of that. I tell you what, if you get a picture of
absolutely
that or
will.
whatever, we'll use it tomorrow somehow.
We absolutely will. We'll make sure that somebody's there.
Tell you what, she'll be the
taping
best
it.
talent we have in our sports.
Hey,
cast, I know
Sarah.
that.
Is anybody going to be taking video of Rochelle singing tonight?
As far as I know, Mike was going to send a night sider.
Okay. So
Wow.
yeah, we'll have video. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
I'll have to
Studio
watch
time.
the late news to see it.
All right. Well, enough of that. We're going to let you go. And
That's because you want me to go.
I would never.
Enough riffraff. Enough. See, the one thing when you talk to me on these things, there's a lot of deep interest. There's a lot of information nobody else
It's
has.
knowledgeable. It's
Dead serious.
wise.
You know,
it's
all dead
informative.
serious. I mean, you can't get this anywhere else, and you would say thank heaven for that. You would say, it's so much better for you when I'm gone and Fred and Joey
Absolutely.
because those guys are dead serious.
Fred is not,
You know,
first
they
of
want to
all.
impress you with how much they know about sports. That's not a problem for me because I already know I don't know anything. I've been told that for 50 years. That's not going to change. I get all that. That's
I
why
know
I say
nothing about sports.
my talent here is I want to be the first string national anthem singer at future events ahead of Rochelle. But she sounds like she's going to be tough to beat out.
I believe she will be. So, again, if you have no plans tonight, Lugnuts are playing the Lake County Captains out of Ohio, and our very own Rochelle Legrand is going to be singing the national anthem. It's going to be a great night weather-wise for baseball, and Lugnuts are doing very well. So, don't forget, we have extra
So the
innings.
attendance will be at least 18 with all you lushes there, 19 with her.
Yes,
So we can
our
tell
boss.
already we're going to have the attendance. I can already tell what the minimum attendance is going to be for Thursday tonight.
I'm going to tell Ann that you are making fun of us, and she's going to put a stop to it. So,
She can do it.
anyway, thank you for watching. Don't
All
forget
right.
Extra Innings Monday morning with Jesse and Adam from the Lugnuts broadcast team. We'll recap everything. And Tim's being mean to me.